Welcome to Self-Care Unmasked. I am your host, Annie P. Ruggles, aka Anniepreneur, and today I have the sublime, that's the word I was looking for, the sublime pleasure of introducing you to the incredible and otherworldly Jennifer Urezzio, or as my ancestors would say, Urezzio, and as I say, J.U. J.U. is a soul-whispering, BS-incinerating divine codebreaker who moonlights as an intuitive strategist, but secretly operates as a full-time interdimensional translator for your soul's deepest truth. I wish I wrote this bio, y'all. I didn't. Isn't it good? She didn't just found soul language. She channeled an entire spiritual dialect from the primordial soup of the divine and turned it into a system that makes your therapist weep and your higher self applaud. She is the one the angels call when they need a communications upgrade. Imagine if Carl Jung and Joan of Arc had a love child raised by oracle whales and trained in intuitive jujitsu by cosmic monks. That's Jennifer. She doesn't do gentle nudges. I can vouch for that. She throws spiritual lightning bolts wrapped in velvet. She will read your energetic mail, highlight the parts that you've been avoiding, and hand you a blueprint for sovereignty with a side of get over yourself. Again, can confirm. She can decode your divine operating system in less time than it takes your ego to panic. Her clients don't just transform, they quantum leap into unapologetic alignment, drop their karmic baggage at the curb, and finally stop asking the universe for permission. She is not here to help you play nice with your potential. She is here to wake it the fuck up. J.U., welcome.
Thank
You are the inaugural ghost. You are the inaugural guest on Self-Care Unmasked.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So excited.
I love my bio so much.
I
think it's actually the best piece of writing I ever wrote.
I mean, as someone who has in the past worked on your marketing, I'm pretty depressed that I didn't write it. Gotta be. No lie. I'm like, oh, you never needed me. Show the people out there what mask you have chosen today.
Miss Spa Platinum Age Defining Sheet Mask, because I'm old. So we'll see.
Skin Traveler,
Cool.
Black Pearl Pore Mask, value for my skin.
I love that.
And then all of the instructions are in Korean.
I like that.
Yep.
So this, I think, is like probably a year old. So I'm a little concerned that it will start burning. So if it starts on fire, will you let me know? Like,
yes,
you see smoke?
And if you're watching this and you know that sheet masks expire, please alert us and call 911. Okay, this is gorgeous. I had no idea this was so pretty.
Mine looks like a dirty dishcloth.
Hey.
I might throw up a little in my mouth.
And it's going to be on YouTube.
I always put these on wrong. God. Do you want to know a little secret while we're doing this?
So gooey. Yes, please.
I mean, it's not a little secret if I'm telling everyone. So the other day I'm on the phone with the client and I go to put my phone in my pocket and I realized that my pants are inside out.
Classy. Class.
And I'm like, she's like, are you okay? I was like, just realized my pants are inside out. Okay. Really good laugh. At least I can, it's okay, ready?
Professionalism is a myth.
It's cold.
Yours is cold? Oh, I'm putting mine on my bangs. Look at me not paying any attention.
Oh, microphone?
Okay, this is hilarious.
It's really cold.
Mine is also cold.
I
mean... Okay.
See, that makes me nervous. It's not like it was in cold storage.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. Okay, this is ridiculous. So,
I gotta put on my glasses now, so.
Perfect.
You know what I look like?
What?
You remember the Unknown comic with the bag?
Yes.
I look like the Unknown comic.
Yes.
Are you fixing your bags?
I am, because I am that vain. I look like a luchador.
Yes, you do.
Yep. Yep. So while we are in these altered states, I want to talk to you about blockages to this concept of self-care, or in your case, soul care. It is so hilarious to talk because this thing is over my mouth.
I know, but, like, how can I really take you
I
seriously?
know, but we're gonna try. So, what, if anything, comes to mind about misconceptions or roadblocks or stumbling blocks or gatekeeping that happens on people's quest to take better care of themselves and their souls?
I think a lot of people think self-care, and it is, but doing face masks and going to the spa and, like, working out or having their nails done and all that is great. But the easiest way to self-care is to really profoundly love yourself and accept yourself. And I think that we spend a lot of time, you know, especially, on the massage table going, why didn't I get blah, blah, blah? And why am I this way? And why did I have that argument? Which is judgmental and kind of nasty to ourselves. So the easiest way to is just to love yourself. And it's also the hardest way.
Yeah. I always feel like I'm doing so well on not being a nasty bitch to myself until someone I love goes, "Why are you being so hard on yourself?" And then I'm like, "Wait, I am?"
It's very sneaky, it's very subtle, and, it depends on, I think we're really good in certain areas, and then in other areas, we just have this blind spot because we're still developing or expanding in that area. So when you notice, just go, "Oh, I could have done that better. Okay. We're just gonna love ourselves for a moment."
Ugh, that just reminds me that I was just gonna say, like, I don't know who else out there agrees with me, but it's my podcast, so we're gonna assume everybody agrees with
Nobody
me.
needs to agree, and everyone needs
Yeah,
to agree.
no, they're both, neither. But for me, it's so interesting then to take those opportunities to also practice self-forgiveness.
Mm,
And that, I think, so much of my dogging myself is, I think, when I get stuck in the rear view.
yeah. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
And so what gives with that? Why do we, when we, even people that are so well intentioned, even people that are actively working on taking better care of themselves mentally, spiritually, physically, all of that, why do we get so stuck in the narrative of the past?
Okay, it's a safeguard, it's a protection technique, right? If I'm constantly reminding myself of what a shitty job I did, then when I go to take that next step or do something new in my life, I won't repeat that pattern,
Yeah.
right? And so it's kind of a weird protection technique, but it doesn't ever really work. It actually keeps us stuck in that kind of wheel of disharmony.
It gives us a better option while we're freaking out. It's like, "Hey, don't do that again, but also try this." No, it's just like, "Hey, don't do that again 57,000 times."
Right. Right, and I think we're taught to learn by struggle and pain. So if we're berating ourselves, right, we think we're learning, we think we're making
Mm.
progress, and we're really not. If we can give ourselves a clear slate every morning, um, who knows what we would create in a much better way.
And then it becomes modality agnostic because it's all based on you and how you are treating you and what you need or what you desire, what you crave, what you wanna tap into in that moment, and then you can use anything.
All modalities do the same thing. They remind us that we're whole and complete. So if
Mm,
you're utilizing a tool, a modality that is not doing that, then you should ditch that modality.
that was so good. My
Thank you.
entire mask just started to slip because I made this, like, "ooh" face,
Are you
and the
sure it
whole
wasn't
thing.
burning? Because I
Oh,
think mine's
no.
burning.
Yours burning? Okay, we'll wrap this puppy up. So Hold on, let me pull this baby back up.
Oh, that was an interesting look.
Right? Gorgeous. I look like a serial killer. Um, all that to say, while we're working on all of this and feeling toward feeling and honoring our wholeness and completeness, is there any particular tool or modality that you think that people should try?
Well, I mean, I created soul language, and I think it's amazing because it allows you to consciously connect to your soul and have words for it, and it's a springboard for your inner truth. And we can get stuck in our own evolutionary program or practice. I want this to put on my website, right? Um, but I think there's also needs to be a release, right? And since I have warrior energy, I will periodically in my car scream. Now I can scream in my house now because I don't like screw the neighbors, right? But I will put up the music really loud and just scream. And then I'm like, it just lets out all of the things that we've been holding on and stuffing. And I think a lot of people aren't interested in looking at the things that they're stuffing or the things that they're avoiding in the face so
In
they
the
can move
face.
on in the next step, right? They're like, no, 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 I'm gonna, practice my connection and I'm not gonna worry about how I feel over there. And then that causes a lot of trouble that they're not even aware of.
Oh my god, I love screaming though. I gotta sometimes when I get out in nature, I scream, but then I have to make sure I'm not in a hunting area or
Yeah, because
someone
that
will
would
think
be
I've been
bad.
shot. And then I also like, if I scream in my house, somebody calls the Chicago police.
Yeah, that's
So,
not good.
my car, though, you're totally right. The car, scream your head off. I do it on the highway.
Say,
And then I also screlt. I scream belt all of
what?
my favorite, like, Lilith Fair bitch anthems and hits from musicals, and it's such a release.
So that's what the term is called?
Screlting. Oh, yeah. Screlting is basically when you think about the musical Annie and you think about Tomorrow and how at the end it's so loud and so shrill, that would be a screlt where you're just so impassioned that all you can do is screech.
I do that with Love Reign Over Me by The Who,
I mean, what a perfect
right?
choice. So, if you were going to assign a self care challenge that people can do within about the length of wearing a sheet mask, what would you challenge our viewers/ listeners to do?
To look at themselves in the mirror every day and say, no matter what I think of myself, I still love and accept myself
No matter what I think of myself, I still love and accept myself.
every morning. And you have to look yourself in the eye. You can't avoid it, right? And it's a hard thing to do to look yourself in the eye in the mirror and say that.
It's a hard thing to do to look yourself in the eye in a sheet mask on YouTube. So I salute you, my love.
I salute you back.
This has been, as every single conversation I have with you, it has been so life-giving and soothing, and I just adore you. And
Let
I'm
that
so
get
grateful
you.
for the role that you play in my life and my business, and the role that soul language plays
Thank
in my
you.
life and my business. If they need to tap into your magnificent brilliance, how can they get in touch with you?
I would say reach out through my website, soullanguage.us. I'm on all the social media. Okay, I gotta take this thing off.
Yeah, no
It
kidding.
is
I sting like
burning.
crazy, right? Okay, this has been Self Care Unmasked. I'm Annie P. Ruggles, and that's Jennifer Urezzio, and we will see you next time. I am so gooey.